Good afternoon, everybody. Super happy to be here, super glad to be here. And today, I want your help, actually. I want your help to answer some of the difficult questions that we're facing in terms of design and construction. And before I do so, the main intent of this presentation is to take you through our thought process in how we think about innovation and construction, two different words that usually don't mix together. And our thought process was very simple. As a construction person, as a project manager, I always think of what others are doing. And if our architects and our business developers in NEOM are redefining the way we live, the way we do business, the way we look at sustainability on different aspects, how can we also redefine the way we construct? Because we know for a fact that we won't be able to construct the future with the century-old techniques that have been used for the past 100, 150 years, and we've got to change, and we have to think differently. So the question is, how do we think differently, and how can we come up with the answers that make difference? Unfortunately, construction, if you know it, has been adopting all other innovations or initiatives from other industries. We have rarely, as a construction industry, rarely came up with some new invention, but we're about to change this here. We're about to change this today. All of us together will think about how we can change the future of construction. And this is the proof right here. If you look, 1970 to 2022, that's about 50 years, we're still pouring concrete the same way we did 50 years ago. Only thing that changed is our coveralls and our high vest. 1935 to 2024, more than 70 years, the same concept of constructing. And then the same way of digging and moving earth around a construction site, heavy, big, yellow machines going around the sites. And this is something we want to move away from. We want to become much faster, we want to become much cheaper, and we also want to become sustainable. So, what do? Well, we asked ourselves some questions. The questions are very simple. One question that came up one day was, what if we can utilize our foundations in the building to generate energy or any type of revenue? What if we're in Saudi Arabia, what if we can use salt water to make concrete? We're always using sweet water. We have to desalinate it. It costs us a lot. But we have a lot of salt water. How can we use salt water to make concrete? What if we can use lighter material, because we're going to be building massive and big things? We need lighter material to make us go faster. What if construction logistics became more AI-driven? And instead of having 100 people in big trucks with 50 supervisors and a site full of people and machinery, and increasing our safety risk? And what if we started introducing advanced manufacturing into construction? Why can't we use robots in construction? Who said no? How come the automotive industry is using robotics all over their industry and we're not? And think about this. A 1% efficiency gain, think about how much it will unlock in potential, whether it's cost, whether it's time, or whether it's sustainability. And I'm going to share with you here 4 examples that we have been able to achieve at NEOM, and we are looking for more examples as well. Number 1 is carbon fiber. We have been able to produce the first carbon fiber production in Saudi Arabia. The one thing that stands out in carbon fiber, it's 100% local. We don't need to bring anything from outside the country. It's all locally sourced. Hyperpile. This is a very interesting concept that we partnered with a partner that we can use Hyperpile to actually do thermal storage. And it's a fascinating engineering marvel that we never thought of before. But in NEOM, we've been able to prove that with Hyperpile, we can store energy in the ground and utilize it. Not only that, we can also get data points of how the Earth behaves across the year forever. So that is something that we also tapped into. Piles were dead assets in any building. Now there's a use for them. Robotics for manufacturing, one of our flagship projects that we have with our partners, great partners, Samsung C&T. How can we produce rebar cages that weigh tons, 88 meters in length, 4 meters in width? How can we do that in a controlled environment inside the factory, 24/7, top-of-the-notch quality, and I don't have to worry about 60,000 men cutting, bending, and welding? And last but not least, if you are fond of the mining industry, the mining industry is very advanced when it comes to using robotics and using autonomous trucks and vehicles in their project site. Why can't we use that in projects? We need somebody to help us set it up, and we have been able to run a couple of examples of proof of concepts that did actually work. So this is something that we're also pursuing. And to make it all simple, we go through a stage process in selecting the projects that we should pursue and the projects that we don't think would add that much benefit to NEOM. However, I want to tell you that we never leave any stone unturned. We look at every solution and every potential initiative that can help us. And the examples and the pictures you have seen are actually real proof of concept assets that we have back in NEOM. But all what I have said is the easy part. And the hard part is, ladies and gentlemen, is in innovation and construction, you will never be able to do it alone. There's a big ecosystem that you have to tap into. These are some of our wonderful, incredible partners that helped us achieve what we have achieved so far and what we want to achieve in the future as well. Whether you're a technology provider, whether you're a university, an incubator, a lab, or simply an advisor, a technical advisor, you play a big role, you have been playing a big role, and for us to advance, we all have to work in one big ecosystem that will, inshallah, get us to the future. So, if you want to join this mission, if you want to be part of this incredible task that we have, please scan the code, let us know how we can work together. We're open to working with anybody to advance construction or innovation in construction. And please always remember, a win here is a win for the kingdom, and that means all of us. So thank you very much for listening. We appreciate it. Thank you.